25 years ago, they actually weren't making any retail products. I mean, today, obviously, they're into automobiles, they're into telecommunication. But 25, 30 years ago, they only made industrial products. But, they actually spent a hell of a lot of investments, made a lot of investments in marketing, spent a fair amount of time in conducting marketing activities and building the brand. Mutual fund companies obviously will continue with their, marketing activities by using mass media and advertising on television, print, outdoor. But I think it's becoming more and more critical now that, financial advisors also will have to, undertake some kind of marketing activities within the realm of their business to ensure that they build some kind of brand image, some kind of credibility amongst their investors. When I have to actually immediately form an impression about somebody who's coming to meet me, the first point of, image formation for me is his visiting card, in the manner in which he's actually printed his visiting card, what's the kind of information that he's given on his visiting card. A lot of people actually sometimes don't invest too much of money in printing good quality visiting cards. But in my view, let me tell you that it's an investment well made. Ensure that your visiting card is a platform where a lot of useful information about yourself can actually be given out over there. So make it a point that you have your offices neat and clean, have the information that you have to kind of provide, which gives an image of the kind of person you are placed on, on the walls of your office. Ensure that your signage, when I say do your KYC, I don't really mean the kind of regulatory KYC that's actually been implemented today by SEBI and the regulator. But what I mean really is, in reality, actually trying to understand what your customer is all about. It's important that, you know what his likes are, what his dislikes are. And I'm sure, say for example, most of you all, typically would give out gifts during, Diwali or New Year or any of the festivals, say Dasera, which is a popular festival here in the East. You don't want to land up giving something to the person which he or she may actually not like. Today, if my financial advisor has actually thought about me and ensured that he gave me a gift which is personalized, which is something to my liking, there is a very high likelihood that I will actually remember him in good light. And I think it's important that you keep your database updated so that you don't actually get into an embarrassing situation with your customer. I think building profile in today's time is very critical. It's not a bad idea to actually try and speak at forums. I'm sure, as I said, you are members of some social organization, some social club, some community group which actually meets perhaps once a quarter, once in 6 months, or even once in a year. Try and see if there are opportunities, if you could probably make a short presentation just on the kind of business that you are in, or also on financial advisory, on the products that are available in the market, and what should an investor really look at.
रिमेनिंग कॉन्टेम्प्ररी, एनहांसिंग पर्सनल इफेक्ट। मैं सिर्फ आप लोगों का 30-40 मिनट समय चाहूंगा और मैं आपको ये वादा करता हूं कि 30-40 मिनट के अंदर देयर शुड बी सम नई दिशाएं, नए सोच, नई संकल्प। आई फुल्ली अंडरस्टैंड द बिजनेस ऑफ मोटिवेशन, स्पीकर, ट्रेनिंग एक्सेट्रा। आई ऑल्सो अंडरस्टैंड दैट मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल थिंक दैट इट्स ऑल बकवास, कुछ सीखना जानना नहीं है, सब कुछ तो सीखा ही हुआ है। बट आई प्रॉमिस यू कि 30-40 मिनट मेरे को ध्यान से सुन लीजिए। उसके बाद मैं आप लोगों से फीडबैक भी लेना चाहूंगा एंड यू विल टेल मी वेदर कहीं जाके कहीं जू रेंगी है, मस्तिष्क में कोई मंथन हुआ है, ब्लड प्रेशर थोड़ा सा बढ़ा है, और जब आप यहां से लौटेंगे तो अजय अग्रवाल और नई विचारों के साथ लौटेंगे। When I was designing this topic, a thought that came to my mind was why should we enhance personal effectiveness? What is personal effectiveness and why the hell should we enhance it? My first proposition, ladies and gentlemen, is that the business environment and the general environment is changing at an alarming rate. I say it's changing at an unprecedented rate, and the change is in an accelerated motion. And therefore, if change is in an accelerated motion, therefore, the need to take cognizance of the fact that there are changes which are taking place at faster speed requires us to adapt ourselves to those changes. Thereby we can possibly remain contemporary. The opposite of remaining contemporary is very simple. If we don't remain contemporary, we will become obsolete. But when came in globalization, possibly we will have to increase the personal effectiveness because we will have to reconfigure, get into newer thoughts, new work culture, and a new mainframe. The first time we boot the laptop or the computers, we take caution, yes or no? And what do? You don't load an antivirus. The antivirus is already loaded. You update it, correct or not? Update it, boss, you update it. And that's what we are going to do here. You update it, because the fear is, if I don't update it, and the blooming viruses come in, and my hard disk crashes, even if I go to a friend and say, boss, मेरी hard disk crash कर गई, वो यही बोलेगा, बेवकूफ update क्यों नहीं किया? So therefore, there is a need to enhance.
Good afternoon, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, let me thank you on behalf of Reliance Mutual Fund for having given us this opportunity to present to you a simple tool that we have prepared for you. What exactly is required by the investor today? The investor is getting matured, markets are changing, markets are dynamic, regulations are changing. What it essentially entails is that the way in which we do our business, that is something which is going through a rapid change. People have been making investment decisions in terms of the monies that they have rather than looking at a specific financial goal towards which they need to make an investment. So whether it's a lump sum investment or a